Let's just stop. We have to stop. Trust me, we have to just stop. Yes, stop. Howdy everybody, welcome back to Sunday Coffee, Guitars and Tones. This is the show where we get to hang out. It's the end of the week. We get to relax and chill and have a coffee with each other. How cool is that? And today is the perfect day for it because, hey, you guys saw the title. Let's just stop. Let's just stop. We have to stop. Trust me, we have to just stop. Yes, stop. Let's just stop playing for just a second and take a breath. Look, the delicious irony in this is not lost on me. Look, a couple of weeks ago, I'm saying, hey, we're focusing so much on gear all the time and it's thrown at us all the time. So we need to get back to playing. And today I'm saying the complete and utter opposite. Yep, I'm saying stop playing guitar. We need to take a break. Oh, well, such is life, right? Now, the last last couple of weeks have been pretty cool, actually, because unbeknownst to you guys, I actually went off on vacation. Yay! But nobody knew because, hey, I preloaded my channel with videos. How cool is that, hey? I was slightly ahead of the curve. In fact, I was way ahead of the curve. I had got all of my videos done for the whole month, and it just happened really naturally and very quickly and stuff. And you know, I was ready for my vacation. I went off to Rhodes in Greece with my wife and her parents as well. And for the week, I pretty much just sat by a pool or by the beach, watched movies, listened to music, chilled, had some great food, had some cool drinks as well, and gave my mind a little bit of a break and a rest. And I didn't play guitar at all. Yeah. For the whole week. And I thought that would be a really great thing to talk about today because I did have a comment on one of my Sunday videos a couple of weeks ago where I was talking about guitar players having forgotten how to play guitar because we're so focused on gear all the time, especially on YouTube. You see it constantly, you know, the new thing is coming out and the new piece of software, the new amplifier, the new guitar, the new pedal, etc., etc. And it was actually one of the regular viewers of the show. I'm going to put this down for a second because I'm going to grab my phone and actually read out the comment. So this is what he said. And I need to put my glasses on because, hey, I'm old people's. Otherwise, I have to do this. Yeah, that's how I've got to read stuff. Anyways, it was by Sachafunculus. Thank you so much, dude, for the comment. This guy is a regular commenter on my channel and a regular viewer. Dude, thank you so much for all the comments, all the support. I so appreciate it. I appreciate all of you guys, and when you comment, it's my chance to actually interact with you guys. By the way, I don't know your real name, so I've got to use your handle, but drop me a line sometime and let me know your name because I would love to know. Anyways, great comment. He'd said, I've heard Steve Vai say, go for up to 6 weeks not playing until you dream that you're playing. Then when you plug in, you absolutely rip it up. You're in the groove and it comes so naturally. There's no saturation because you've had a dry spell. I've tried this and it really works. Thank you so much, dude. That was such an awesome, awesome comment. And so true. You know, one of the things that I have done over my lifetime of playing guitar is I put it down sometimes. If I'm on vacation or I'm away on a trip or something and I can't get to a guitar, it's no big deal. And that's been a really good mindset to be in because I don't hanker after it every second of every day and just like, you know, think about it. But more so, it gives my mind a bit of a break from playing, which gives me a fresh perspective on playing when I get back to the guitar. That's the most important thing to me. When you take that breath, when you actually just have a sip of coffee, let's say, then everything basically disappears. You're just focused on that one moment. You're enjoying your coffee. I hope you guys are too, by the way. Cheers. And it gives you a little bit of rest in your mind. Now, I do this for a living. I'm a musician for a living, so I'm constantly playing, I'm constantly writing, I'm constantly creating, constantly editing videos, shooting videos. So, like anything in life, when you're constantly doing something, you kind of get stuck in a loop of doing it a certain way. There's a routine that gets burnt into your DNA. And it doesn't have to stay like that. But when you're constantly doing it, it feels like you're on that hamster wheel and just going round and round in circles. And when I spoke a couple of weeks ago on the episode which I mentioned earlier, I was saying how, sometimes it was a little bit tricky for ideas to come through and stuff, because I'm constantly working. And when I read that comment, it reminded me that, you know what? The solution to it is basically just stepping back. Maybe not for 6 weeks, although that's an interesting one. I don't know how I'd feel about not playing for 6 weeks, not actually picking up a guitar for 6 weeks. I think I'd get antsy. After about 10 days, 2 weeks, yeah. I think, I'd be slightly difficult to be around. Because I would want to play. I'm just so, I'm just so much a musician. It's part of who I am and what I do, but also it's my passion. It's my passion project. If I'm not actually creating, then yeah, it's fun sitting around and watching movies and just, interacting with people or sitting by a pool or something. But I can't do it for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. It's just my personality. I have to be doing something eventually. And music's my thing. When I'm on vacation for, let's say, 2 or 3 weeks, then eventually I will find a guitar shop somewhere. Now, going to Rhodes, there were like a couple of guitar shops around, but there literally was 2 on the island that I could find. And I didn't get to them. And I didn't worry about it either. When I got back home, I was like, I haven't played for a week. And I hadn't even realized, but it was good for me because it gave everything a bit of a break. So when I got back to the guitar, I could play. Absolutely could play. Look, I've been playing for the best part of 40 years now. If I put the guitar down for a little while, I'm not going to forget everything. It's just not going to happen like that. That's not how it works. All that knowledge is going to be there. So it all comes flooding back anyways. But the thing that happened was my mind was refreshed. My body was refreshed. And the creativity flowed differently. The ideas are flowing slightly differently. That's what I love about taking a break from playing. And I would encourage anybody to try this. For however long you'd like to kind of put down the guitar and, not play, especially if you're in a bit of a funk with either playing or with writing or creating or anything like that, because it gives you perspective. You know that saying, can't see the wood for the trees? Yeah, when you step back, then you start seeing it from a different perspective, right? Yeah, music works in exactly the same way. Yeah, it works in mysterious ways. I'm sure that was a line in a song, right? But it was really nice to have a little bit of a break and recharge my batteries, because this year has been absolutely full on. And it's been great. I have loved every second of it. Upped my output. I'm doing at least 2 videos a week. I've stopped doing the 3rd video for the time being, just to give that a little bit of a breather. Again, it's coming back to the same thing. If I keep just throwing videos at you guys, then everything's going to get saturated again. It's going to be like, okay, another tutorial on such and such. All right, another tip on such and such. Whereas if I take a little bit of a break and then deliver something really, really cool, then 2 things are going to happen. Fresh ideas are going to come to me. And also, I know you guys are going to love it even more. Because you guys have had a little bit of a rest from, constantly seeing me kind of playing and giving you tips and stuff and just throwing stuff at you 3 times a week. Yes. Now, this show is a little bit different because this is our time to chill. I don't play. There are no tones. We don't go through anything. I don't show you any gear necessarily. It's about us just hanging out and just, spending time with each other, having a coffee, having a relaxation time. It does us good because then when we go back to it tomorrow, then we've got fresh ears, we've got fresh eyes, we've got fresh ideas. All works, into that same philosophy. I think anyways. I would love to know if you guys do this sometimes, whether you take a break from playing, especially if you're like a professional musician and you're creating all the time. Do you take a break sometimes and then come back to your instrument and your craft with fresh ears? And even if you're not a professional musician, do you guys sometimes take a break from guitar simply because, you're playing the same thing over and over again and you want a fresh idea? That's another place where this works really well. If you are actually playing in a specific way, when you take a little bit of a break, a vacation from playing guitar, then when you come back to it, inevitably something new is going to come out of it. I have always noticed that through the years of playing and, then taking a little bit of a break, coming back to it. And suddenly I'm doing things that I wasn't doing prior to taking the break. And I think that's just fascinating how that works. It really is cool, and it's kind of like almost witchcraft, right? And I love it because when I do come back, then the new ideas start to flow, which means it inspires me even more and I get even more creative with what I'm doing. And it's not just with the playing aspect, but also, I'm a content creator. I do this all the time. I've got to think up new videos each week. And sure, I can show you a new piece of gear and say, hey, this is the spec of my guitar. Check it out. It's got this type of body and this type of pickups and this kind of bridge. And check out the tuners on it. They are locking and etc., etc., etc. Give you just a spec sheet. But what I want to do is actually give you something that you really enjoy. I want to give you the story behind why is this guitar in my lap? Like you saw earlier this week. If you haven't seen that episode on the Sterling Lutes, then I encourage you to go and watch that, because you know what? That was a stream of consciousness type of thing. It wasn't scripted or anything. It was literally just turn on the camera and hey, let's just go, man. And when I actually finished up, I was kind of like, I think I was just ranting through the video. I don't know if this is even going to work, to be honest. I think I might have to re-record this whole thing tomorrow. Then I actually kind of like downloaded it to my Mac and I started watching it, and it was like, wow, this is really cool. I'm actually taking you on the journey with me rather than actually just saying, hey, I love these guitars because the neck is a certain way, and yeah, this neck is made of blah, 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 and the frets are made of blah, blah, blah. And that's all interesting. That's all really, really cool. But you know what connects us more to our instruments, to our music, to each other, is the story behind it, right? Yeah, something to think about. It's some food for thought. And like I said, I really enjoy this time with you guys because it's not about me showing you a piece of gear. It's about me interacting with you guys. Which is why I always encourage people to leave a comment and let me know their thoughts, because that's what this is about, baby. Yeah. It's about hanging out and having some fun. So, like I said, I would love to know your thoughts on this. Do you guys take a break sometimes when you go off on vacation and stuff? Do you guys basically just forget about playing guitar? Or are you a little bit like me and you do seek out the guitar stores? I must admit, most of the holidays I go to, if I go to a city, like I went to New York a couple of years ago, right? And before I even left home, I'd gone onto Google Maps and I'd basically kind of just, tagged all the guitar stores that I was going to go to. Yeah, I do that all the time. I did that with Rhodes as well. And there were a couple of guitar stores, but I just didn't get to them. But it was a good thing that, there weren't so many and I wasn't so tempted, because I did have a really nice break and relaxed and recharged. Had some great food there. Some great drinks as well. Yeah. Good vacation. But now back at playing guitar. And I'm loving it. Alrighty, guys and girls. I so appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. And have a really great rest of your Sunday. Enjoy your coffees. I'll see you again soon with another one. I'm really looking forward to reading your comments and replying to them. Alrighty. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. See you later. Bye.